The world has never been louder than it is today. Everywhere you look, people are chasing attention, approval, success, and validation. Phones never stop ringing. Minds never stop racing. Everyone is trying to become something, prove something, or escape something. Yet behind all the noise, millions of people go to sleep every night carrying silent battles nobody else can see. Some are smiling in public while falling apart in private. Some have money but no peace. Some are surrounded by people and still feel completely alone. And somewhere in the middle of all this chaos, the human soul quietly begins asking a question it cannot ignore forever. Is there more to life than this? Modern life has taught people how to look alive without truly living. We learn how to build perfect images while hiding broken hearts. We learn how to impress strangers while forgetting how to understand ourselves. The world rewards confidence, speed, and appearance, but rarely speaks about inner peace, wisdom, or truth. Many people spend years chasing things they thought would heal them, only to realize that success cannot calm an anxious mind, attention cannot heal loneliness, and pleasure cannot fill an empty soul. There are people fighting wars inside themselves every single day. Fear, overthinking, anger, regret, temptation, emotional exhaustion. Some are haunted by memories they cannot escape. Others are terrified of the future. Many feel trapped between who they are and who the world expects them to become. And the hardest part is that most people suffer quietly. The deepest pain is often invisible. A person can laugh with friends and still cry alone at night. They can post happiness online while secretly feeling lost inside. The truth is, this world constantly pulls people away from themselves. It teaches them to compare, compete, envy, and consume. It convinces people that their worth depends on beauty, money, status, or popularity. But the soul was never designed to survive on temporary things. No amount of applause can replace inner peace. No relationship can fully heal a person who is spiritually disconnected. And no distraction can silence the emptiness that appears when someone loses direction in life. Many people are spiritually starving without even realizing it. Their minds are overstimulated, but their hearts are empty. They have entertainment everywhere but peace nowhere. The world offers endless distractions because distraction is easier than facing the truth. Silence forces people to confront themselves. It reveals the wounds they tried to hide, the mistakes they tried to bury, and the fears they tried to outrun. That is why so many people are uncomfortable being alone. Because when the noise disappears, the soul begins to speak. And maybe that is why pain changes people so deeply. Pain has a way of stripping away illusions. It humbles the ego. It reveals who truly cares and who never did. Difficult seasons force people to slow down and question everything. Sometimes the darkest moments of life become the beginning of spiritual awakening. Because when everything else fails, the heart finally becomes open enough to search for something greater than the world itself. There is a reason why some of the strongest people become deeply spiritual after suffering. Hardship teaches lessons comfort never could. It teaches patience, compassion, humility, gratitude. It reminds people that life is fragile and temporary. And slowly, they begin understanding that peace does not come from controlling everything. Real peace comes from surrendering the need to control everything. Somewhere along the journey, many people discover that faith is not about pretending life is easy. Faith is what carries a person when life becomes unbearable. It is the quiet strength that whispers, "Keep going," even when the road ahead is unclear. It is believing there is still purpose in the pain, even when nothing makes sense. Faith does not remove every storm, but it gives the soul strength to survive the storm without collapsing. There are moments in life when people feel abandoned, forgotten, or unseen. Moments where prayers seem unanswered and hope feels distant. But some of the greatest transformations happen in silence. A seed grows underground before anyone sees the tree. And often, the soul is being rebuilt in ways the human eye cannot yet understand. Just because a person cannot see progress does not mean healing is not happening. The world often glorifies pride, but wisdom is found in humility. Truly wise people understand how little they actually know. They do not waste their lives trying to appear superior to others. They understand that anger destroys peace, arrogance blinds judgment, and hatred poisons the heart carrying it. The strongest souls are not always the loudest ones. Sometimes strength is choosing forgiveness when bitterness would be easier. Sometimes strength is remaining kind in a cruel world. Sometimes strength is staying honest in a culture built on deception. Human beings were never meant to carry darkness forever. Bitterness slowly destroys the person holding onto it. Jealousy steals joy. Greed creates emptiness. Lust without meaning leaves the heart restless. Constant comparison creates insecurity. The soul becomes exhausted trying to feed desires that never stay satisfied for long. That is why so many people achieve what they once dreamed of, and still feel incomplete afterward. At some point, every person must face themselves honestly. Not the version shown to the world, but the real person underneath the mask. The hidden thoughts, the secret fears, the unresolved pain. Because true transformation begins when honesty replaces denial. Healing begins when a person stops running from the truth. Growth begins when pride is replaced with humility. And maybe one of the greatest tragedies of modern life is that people have learned how to communicate constantly without truly connecting. They know how to gain followers but not loyalty. They know how to attract attention but not genuine love. Real connection requires vulnerability, honesty, patience, and compassion, qualities this fast-moving world often ignores. But the human heart still longs for them. Deep down, people do not only want success. They want peace. They want meaning. They want to feel seen, understood, and loved. There is something powerful about realizing that even in your lowest moments, you are not completely alone. Even when the world misunderstands you. Even when people walk away. Even when life feels uncertain. There is still a presence greater than fear, greater than pain, and greater than darkness itself. Many people search for peace in external things their entire lives, never realizing that the deepest peace begins within the soul. The truth is, light becomes most visible in darkness. Some people only discover their strength after life breaks them. Some only discover wisdom after making painful mistakes. And some only discover faith after exhausting every worldly solution. But brokenness is not always the end. Sometimes it becomes the beginning of a completely new life. Every day, people stand at a crossroads between two paths. One path is built on ego, selfishness, pride, and temporary pleasure. The other is built on wisdom, truth, compassion, discipline, and faith. One path feeds the flesh but empties the soul. The other strengthens the soul even when life becomes difficult. And although the second path is harder, it leads to peace that the world cannot manufacture. A peaceful soul is more valuable than a successful image. Because appearances fade. Wealth disappears. Fame is temporary. But character remains. Integrity remains. The way a person treats others remains. In the end, people are remembered less for what they owned and more for how they lived, how they loved, and how they made others feel. The world does not need more people pretending to be perfect. It needs more people willing to be honest, compassionate, and spiritually awake. People who choose kindness when cruelty is easier. People who remain calm in chaos. People who bring light into dark places. The smallest act of love can change someone's entire life. A single moment of mercy can heal years of pain. And maybe that is the real purpose of life. Not simply to survive, compete, and accumulate things, but to grow spiritually, become wiser through suffering, and learn how to love despite living in a broken world. Because at the end of the day, every human soul is searching for something eternal. Something deeper than money. Deeper than attention. Deeper than temporary happiness. No matter how dark life becomes, hope still exists. No storm lasts forever. No pain remains unchanged forever. Healing takes time. Growth takes time. Wisdom takes time. But every difficult season carries lessons hidden inside it. And sometimes the moments that nearly destroyed a person become the very moments that transform them into someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than before. So when life feels heavy, slow down. Be still for a moment. Listen carefully to your soul instead of the noise of the world. Let go of bitterness. Let go of pride. Let go of the constant need to prove yourself to people who were never meant to define your worth. Some doors close to protect you. Some delays exist to prepare you. And some painful endings are actually the beginning of peace. You do not have to have every answer today. You do not have to carry every burden alone. Even in uncertainty, there is guidance. Even in silence, there is wisdom. Even in darkness, there is light waiting to be found.